not sure how to approach these videos, but I will say that when I do these videos, I can't breathe. So that's a start. Yet I still feel that they need to go out there. Yeah. So what else I want to say before starting? Il fait chaud. Il fait chaud. C'est l'été, le 15 août, 11h43 AM, il fait chaud. Si je l'ai pas déjà dit comme 15 000 fois, il fait chaud. Bon. I am bilingual, so these videos will be in English, but sometimes the French side will come out. So it is what it is. Yeah, so I kind of wanted just to walk you through how I built this giant wristwatch, which is 6 feet long. This is why this angle here, I wanted you to see the full watch behind me. And it's just, to give you a bit of an idea of what you'll need if you're interested in building something like this for photography, for your classroom if you're a teacher, or anything else. I'm using it for photography, and I like building things. I like working with my hands, woodworking, sewing, sculpting. So we'll just we'll go from there. Okay, so this is my intro for now, and I'll kind of touch base at the end again. But I will be going through the materials and tools, as well as the total cost for making this. Anything else I want to say before I stop this? Let's get right into it. Okay. So for materials, I can just point here, but I used Warbler for this little section here on the buckle, okay? Warbler is a thermoplastic. It's popular for like crafting, making costumes, cosplay. It's really popular for making props and accessories and armor. So I used that for that piece there. Other materials include bamboo broom poles, I should say. I bought 2 from Dollarama, and the bamboo broom poles were used to make the little sections here like that, as well as the buckle part up there. So kind of working on these 2 parts there. I wanted a nice look for it, so I went with a bamboo that I spray painted with black spray paint. Also, I used foam, 1/2 inch foam, as well as synthetic leather. Oh my gosh, j'aime ça à parler. Oh my god. Synthetic leather. Yeah, so, the watch, the fun part about it is that it actually closes, and inside is a 1/2 inch foam, and it's yeah, it feels like a real watch. Basically it feels like a real watch. Also purchased grommets, which is something new I learned. Grommets are these little rings here that are used for tents and tarps. Often seen for tents and tarps, and I spray painted those black as well. Of course, purchased a clock from Dollarama for a low cost, and so that's an important part. So, okay, so basically I have the 1/2 inch foam, and then over top I put the leather. Between those 2, I put Super 77 adhesive spray, which I use on many projects just to make sure it stays in place. It's glued down. The leather is glued down to the foam. And yeah, so make sure it looks as good as it possibly can. One thing in, I'll just say it now, but in theater, sometimes you work on tight budgets, so you have to know how to cut down costs and make things look really, you know, cool and neat, and make sure you respect the budget you're given. So yeah, theater is a way. I have a background in theater and photography, but theater really taught me how to like squeeze a penny and make sure that, you know, I respect the given budget for a certain project, which is, I find it very exciting to do that, like to find creative ways to save here and save there, and how it really makes me see the potential in things, because you got to make it work with, you know, what you got. So it's finding ways to, yeah, see the potential in things and make them work regardless of, you know, whatever, wherever you start, you got to finish strong. There you go. Wood glue. I also used some wood glue as for the materials, because, you know, between these little sections here, I had to put some wood glue, make sure it stays together, and then nailed it, and then screwed it into the clock there. Make sure it stays. Anything else for materials? So yeah, warbler, bamboo, foam, synthetic leather, yarn. Yes, I used yarn. One thing to note, when building giant size props, of course it's supersized, so you have to keep in mind that everything must be supersized. So even stitching, I did a straight stitch on the sewing machine there. Well, you have to supersize the stitching as well. So I bought yarn that is the same light purple, and sewed by hand. That was the longest part of the project, I would say. I sewed by hand a larger, thicker stitch around the watch. There you go. Okay, next. Okay, now for tools. So for tools, I use the Mastercraft Versa saw, which is super versatile. You can switch the blades. It can be used for woodworking or metal. And I've had this machine for years. I've, you know, used it on so many projects. It's awesome. I really recommend it. I love that machine. I really do. And yeah, that was to cut at a 45-degree angle here, as well as up there for the buckle, to have a clean finished look at a 45-degree angle. Yes. Of course, well, other, you know, tools or things I've used, safety glasses, because with me, well, you never know. It's good to be, you know, safe than sorry. I have big eyes, so I just, you know, there's always something going in there, so I just want to make sure it's like, you know, we're good. Everything is, you know, safe. Okay, I also use a mini screwdriver to, you know, have for the clock here, screw it in there. The grommet kit to tap them into place. So I bought the kit because you know, it's good. I'd rather just have the whole kit in one little pack, and it's easier to, you know, work with. Comes with the little rings. You just tap them in, they stay in place. That's good. And then, of course, a drill, nail gun, which I don't like to use, but, you know, sometimes you gotta use it. I always get nervous with the nail glue, because every time I hold it, I have this vision in my mind of, like, you know that Homer Simpson clip where, like, I think it's Maggie who, like, accidentally shoots his ears against the wall. So I'm just I have a strong imagination, so I'm just gonna, every time I hold it, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm so scared to, like, it goes off on its own and I get hurt. But I had some help from my dad for that part. Okay. And then, of course, a heat gun to heat the little warbler up there, right there, and really sculpt it with my hands to make it fit perfectly in the center of this buckle. As well as, well, I have, of course, scissors because, you know, I have one specifically for fabric and then another pair of scissors just for everything else. And a measuring tape because it's good to, you know, measure twice and cut once, as people like to say. Yeah. Anything else I'd like to add in this section here? Tools. Okay, so just to go over it, so Mastercraft Versa Saw, safety glasses, mini screwdriver, grommet kit, drill to a drill, just a good old drill, nail gun, heat gun, scissors, and and a measuring tape. And I would add in there, you know, of course, I would add sanding paper. Just, you know, I use a bit of sanding paper here and there to make it look clean. You know? Yeah. So those are the tools I used for it. Okay, for the total cost, I'm only counting the items I purchased, not the ones I already owned. So when looking at all the items I purchased, mostly from Dollarama, Home Depot, and a few things on, you know, online, it came to, drumroll, $60.66, which is pretty good if you ask me. It's very low cost if you ask me. And keep in mind, if you don't have all the tools I mentioned, I'm sure some can be rented from friends or rented, you know, from stores for a low price, you know, for a weekend or something like that. And yeah, I think it's that pretty much covers it, you know, $60.66 for it. But then you have a prop. You have a prop. It can be used for all sorts of things. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you know, photography shoots, classrooms, maybe for shows, depending on the style of show you have. It can be fun. And you know, I've said I've done this for photography because I want to, you know, spice up my switch up my portfolio. And I had in mind having a model or two models, kind of, you know, either wearing the watch or standing next to it, because it's fun, because, you know, it's the same, you know, six feet long, so you get somebody who's a bit that height or a bit shorter. It's just like, oh my god, you know, could be fun. So yeah, I'm looking at that these days. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you like this project, if you're intrigued, if you are looking to build one yourself. And yeah, I think it's fun. Yeah, so I think that's it for this video. But if you'd like to see more stuff, know more stuff, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be here. All right. Thank you. Take care. I never know how to end these. I don't know. Love you, and we'll talk soon. Bye.